inventions. And such incremental inventions are a patentable subject matter, but we have not developed the vision. So, any new and inventive solution to a technology problem is required to be evaluated. What's the opposite to the invention? Whether it is not meeting to any reality, or whether it is not a true fact, materialistic, manipulated, or any copy clone, we should avoid doing all this. We should try to give a space to our own innate creativity. If we are trying to boost this innate creativity, then student will have such a grooming where they need to honor the original idea, original thought, and this thought process, originality, should translate into the creation of some tangible proof of concept, which we can at least prove that whatever the idea which we have thought is taking a shape. I will also give various examples, but initially I thought that let's have a clarity on this, and merely finding something which is already in existence will not qualify for the invention. So, how much in entire ecosystem or entire value chain where the invention is? And before we proceed to this, it is important for all of us to identify and learn what is the difference, whether the invention and innovation is same or different. See, I will use one small example. A novel microprocessor or a semiconductor is somebody has invented which has a more than 10x processing speed. Now that's the invention. And use of this particular microprocessor semiconductor in developing various tools, various product is invention. Using this microprocessor, if we are developing some mobile device, and this mobile device speed storage is getting enhanced by 10x, then of course mobile device is innovation, but invention is the microprocessor semiconductor. And this is as simple as that. The fresh new idea needs the process of translating into the invention, and the invention needs a process of innovation to convert it into the innovation. So microprocessor, developing a microprocessor with 10x speed is one of the idea. Once the development takes place, the entire development is a process of invention. And once we see the realistic product in front of us, that's the invention. And use of this invention into the commercial value chain, or developing a product services towards the commercial value chain, is innovation. And there is certainly no shortcut. Any idea which sparks into our mind and tomorrow it is offering innovation, it's never going to get happen. So with this, I think again let's define. Invention can be defined as the creation of a product or introduction of a process for the first time. And innovation, in other hand, occurs with some of the improved on the existing or a significant contribution through invention in existing product, process, or services. So that means innovation flows from invention. And harnessing the innovation and entrepreneurship are a key engine for the new way of growing the institution. So in last phase, I am going to have the discussion of this. Before that, see, this is a small yellow dot is IP in entire value chain. So what blue circle tells us about what is the customer value. So which kind of a invention customer wants? This is customer value. So customer values the problems which are addressed through novel product and services. What is the change which is required into the existing process or product? So intersect of this requires a R&D, research, and certain well crafted thought process is required to address this. What kind of a change we want to foresee and what is the customer need. And the third circle, which is the action of getting something which is a tangible of this requirement of a change and customer need through the technology supporting. And intersection of all the three circles will be the innovation. So all innovation may not be consisting a IP or invention, but all the IP, all the invention has a true potential in translating this IP to the innovation. And that's why it's a high time for thinking and building the IP innovation ecosystem for our academic institution. Now, I would be discussing the intersection part of innovation. And that's where the key role of academic institutions takes place. There are four mainly P's of IP: product, process, position, and paradigm. And while we are moving from the center of innovation to the peripheral circle, the value of innovation is expanding. So now imagine any thought, any idea which we would like to check its potential to translate into the invention or innovation, then we can review by this 4P. Product. I will take an example of a Maruti Wagon car. It has a multiple color and style. Now Maruti has launched one of the variant which has a front light having a fish kind of a blue color. So introducing an additional feature into this is an incremental innovation, which is towards the center of gravity into the entire circle. Now, if Maruti is launching, say, as a CNG vehicle or altogether a electrical vehicle, so that is something a radical transformation which is taking place. So that is going to be towards the peripheral outer circle. So as soon as the evaluation of any product, process, position, paradigm takes place, if that is towards the center of the circle, then it is going to be the incremental one. Like even if we are seeing that municipal corporation offering a birth certificate, it's again a piece of a paper which they are offering. But this piece of a paper is going to be utilized on a multiple services. So whether there is IP is attached with this product or not, whether there is invention or not, but the value of this product is going to be a transformative. So with a single piece of a paper which anybody can write, but a birth certificate which is written by a municipal corporation, throughout the life person is going to carry and will be producing to prove the citizenship, prove the date of birth, and prove the originality of his existence, or to show his or her existence, he can show this birth certificate. So this is also one of the product. and the product has a radical impact. Similarly, process moving the assembly line for the mass production. So in a mass production, certain process changes is somebody is doing. I have heard one example. We all know about the cataract operation which is taking place. And this kind of a cataract operation, if somebody is hypothetically think that somebody is trying to perform this operation into the assembly line on a mass operational mode. So somebody will open the eye, somebody will ensure that cataract, old cataract is removed, somebody will implant a new cataract, somebody will take a stitch, and somebody will cover it, and somebody will prescribe the medication and will give the eye drops. So entire value chain is optimized. And in order to have such a value chain, somebody can create an operation theater. This might be looking a very hypothetical case, but somewhere I think in Russia, one doctor has tried to optimize this entire process. So person who is implanting the new cataract, his job is to implant a new cataract only. So the operation which can be taken place in say as a 90 minutes can be done in say as a 20-25 minutes. It's entire optimization. In 90 minutes, one can perform around 3-4 operations. So earlier it used to be done by a one person. And in entire process, there is a chances of having an error. But in this process or optimized line, this can have a less chances of making an error because they have to do what they have to do. Same thing in a mobile manufacturing. The person who is installing the camera, his job for entire life is going to be installing the camera. Somebody install the microphone, somebody install the charging device, somebody is installing or assembling the internal circuit, battery, and the touchscreen panel. So this is the process innovation which is there. Now product positioning, again it's something which is a novel approach in the existing product or services. We might have observed also earlier in airlines there used to be a economy class and the business class, but few airlines have done the innovation in such a novel offering, and that's the positioning of existing product services. So what they have done, they have assigned a few front 5 lines as the premium economy segment. They are going to offer a high value services. Maybe a breakfast would have few more add-on things. They are going to give them early checking. They are going to give them a personal care also, and they are going to give them assigned seats. So from nowhere, they have created a premium economy segment, and that has made this entire segment a profitable one. And how good, how bad, it's again a matter of discussion. But something which they have done, this particular entire process they have translated into the profit making offering, and that is existing positioning of a premium economy segment has been known as the radical innovation. An entire out of box thought process which is required to be employed. I'm sure Dr. Ganguly would have also given the example of Mr. Anjan. So Mr. Anjan has done this paradigm shift into the innovation space. And I won't be repeating all this. But this is something again with the Apple we all know, but since 2007 Apple has launched a first iPhone, and we are in the stage of getting a iPhone 12. So these are the various features which they've introduced. I would be playing a small video. If you have any glitches, do let me know. But during this video, I would like to show you that how invention and innovation, how IP is translating into the innovation, and this innovation is offered to the end user. And this is important for building the IP innovation ecosystem. So this is the first ever iPhone which has a 2 megapixel of a camera, rear camera, 128 internal memory, and this has come with the double the memory and better the storage. So that's a inbuilt with the 3G connectivity, and from 3G connectivity it has further enhanced its features, wherein video recording and digitalization got introduced. iPhone 4 came with existence with a better camera and RAM, and of course the storage. This has again 4S came with the enhanced memory 64 GB and 512 MB with the same 3.5-inch storage. Here again the RAM was improved to 1 GB, and of course this has taken place with the new features. LTE connectivity, 4G connectivity also got introduced. Camera megapixel, 8 megapixel got introduced in iPhone 5. So this is again the existing product which is slowly, steadily improved by the Apple, and they have offered. Again, this has come with the flashlight and better processor and touch ID. So earlier there was a security issue, so they have introduced the touch panel, and through this home button, the touch identification. This is again a revolutionary IP invention which has introduced into the innovative product, and this has increased the value of product. So again, the 3D touch panel and the 12 megapixel with 128 GB storage was introduced in iPhone 6, iPhone SE. iPhone 7 came up with the front and back high megapixel camera which increased the screen panel, and of course iPhone 8 256 GB with 2 GB RAM, 12 megapixel. So this is what in entire value chain, slowly, steadily, Apple has introduced a new range of product, and this is the power behind the IP which is being utilized for the purpose. Something. Oh, oh, oh.
You can reshare the screen, sir. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
stop and share the screen once again.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, something went. So it's a high time. We need to identify whether it's a touch panel which was there into the new range of product, identification of fingerprinting, or increasing the memory storage. all this are a very small incremental thing or a new features which are being implanted into the product. But identifying these kind of IP or invention is most important. And of course, we need to ensure that these IP is protected. And that's where the inventions are recognized into the entire ecosystem. And on a small incremental IP, people are fighting the IP litigations. So, a very famous litigation I would like to quote here is imatinib mesylate. So, this is anti-cancer drug. Earlier, it used to be a imatinib base, which was the product, and somebody would have tried to protect. The innovator company has tried to protect this particular acid addition salt of the original product, which is exactly the same, just a base has been offered through acid addition salt. So this is the incremental part of IP. Whether that IP is protectable through patent or not, that's altogether a different issue. But they have identified this. Same thing happened with the amlodipine mesylate. Same thing which we have also viewed into the bicycle revolution. Same thing we have viewed into the internet revolution also. Gradually, every IP has been innovated, and this IP has been utilized into the commercial practice. And while we are trying to do this, we also need to think about risk of infringement to somebody else's IP. And that's why it is important for academic institution to think about patenting your IP. Patenting your IP will involve the systematic review of your invention, and this systematic review will result into the uh, will result in the IP protection. And once your IP is protected, you can ensure that you are not going to violate somebody else, or somebody else is violating, then you can really challenge them, that your IP. And of course, the patent gives you ownership of your idea, gives you exclusivity, whom to assign, whom not to assign. So that's a one form of.
So, dear friends, it seems there is again some technology glitch while Professor Unnat Pandit joined. I would like to take the leeway of intervening in between. And as he was mentioning about the patents, that about what is a patent, and that a very, very descriptive figure he has taken, and with his due permission, that the time frame he joins in, I would like to continue and brief up that it is something, an exclusive right, which is granted by the nation for an invention. It's like as said by the nation. So we have different patent offices. Like India, we have patents design and trademark office. We have multiple jurisdictions in India as well, multiple offices like in Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Calcutta. People, though when we file online, it goes to those offices through online mode. And like in yesterday as well in IP clinic, it was suggested we should move and file the online applications. On a similar notion, this is something which is being given, or the right being provided to an individual. The right is for 20 years generally, that is from the date of filing of the patent application. And in many cases, like if we are claiming the priority of some, so there are different kinds of patent applications which generally are taken by, so that accordingly, the lifeline of that particular portfolio is being decided. And moreover, the situation is, whensoever is somebody committed, and in today's scenario, the startup culture, the innovation culture, people are coming in, they are developing lot of new innovative things, and inventions are coming in. So when you even go for you go for investments, you go for asking seed money support, you go for asking investors to come on board. I'm sure when we come up with these kind of IP, so it helps in changing the notion. It gives confidence even to the investors who are trying to come on board, who are looking for investing into that particular product or the technology, that yes, the people, they are genuine enough, they believe in their technology. And when we actually come up and say that yes, our patent has been filed for, it gives enough the most potential tool, the most potential tool to get the most potent and if you're coming from economic scenario. And it's yesterday just mentioned, like if we need to go from one presentation, go from go from to all land, land to all such useful technology, potential literacy technology was shared, the water filter literacy shared. So we need points in our society. What is going to make that social impact, make the life areas? And as such, as being said, like patents, 20 years generally the rights are granted. Patents, they can be revoked in case of interest or generated. If you're being similar to the point that we have so then it's so, dear friends, I'm not sure. It seems there is huge connectivity issues. Something has happened going on, and I'm not really sure whether you were able to hear me with what I was saying, and if it is going right now. Dr. Allen, am I audible? Is it the screen freeze has removed, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
still is
Now
it going
it's
on?
audible, sir. There was a few seconds, there was a glitch was there. Now it's okay, you can continue now.
Oh, okay. So, dear friends, again, apologies from our end, and as you can see, still a lot of glitches can happen. And on behalf of Professor Unnat Pandit, I believe so. The lecture was going on in such an intrigued manner, but the place he is, again, he faced some certain connectivity issues, and which he was not even aware of. So, we will be taking care of the session sometime later on, and we might want to move on with our IP clinic sessions, which has been planned after, which actually was about to start after 12:30. So I will sum up what Professor Unnat was saying, and then we will move on with our IP clinic session. Again, to sum up and to repeat up like what Professor Unnat mentioned about patents, that it is something which gives you the right, it is controlled by the government, controlled by the or it is the rights are being awarded by the patent and trademark offices which are there, and generally it starts for the lifespan is 20 years. It depends from the date of the filing, and in case of portfolios it starts from the overall time span of that portfolio, that from which date that priority or other stuff has been claimed for. Also, that patents can be revoked, and moreover, we need to submit the certificate of practice. It cannot happen that you keep on sitting that particular IP or a patent for long and without putting into practice. It just looks like that you are entering into a practice of stopping others. Then it doesn't make any sense. So it can always be revoked. And on the other note, if we want to move around the international jurisdictions, we have to follow the route, we have to follow the course, so that we have to accordingly come up with different stuff to handle or to take care of our IP. And on that note, I would like to sum up what Professor Unnat was. Hello, Professor Unnat.
My apologies. There is again a power fluctuation which is hampering the connectivity, and Wi-Fi is creating a problem. But last 5 minutes which was there, and I thought that the important aspect wherein what is the role of organization in the IP and innovation promotion. See, it's a high time
Wonderful,
for
sir.
all the organization. Can you hear me? Hello?
Sir, we can hear you loud and clear, and thank you so much for joining in again and summing up the stuff. We were waiting for you. Please, sir.
Yeah. It's important for all of us to nurture the IP and innovation boosting. And no matter whether the IP is a small or a radical one, but it is important that you encourage students to nurture this particular IP into the innovation, and allow them to commercialize this IP. And wherever any IP is there, it's like a tri-leg table. You have legally protected, it should have a commercial value, and it should have a scientific rationale to prove the IP. And in tri-leg table, imagine any of the leg is weak. What is going to be the situation? If your legal protection is not so strong, if your commercial viability is not so strong, if your technology related readiness is not so strong, any of the leg is weak, then your IP is going to fall down. And that's why it is important for all the academic institutions, whether the student is going to generate his own IP or create this particular IP to innovation, and innovation which is commercially going to be utilized in his own startup, or whether he or she is going to use this IP for the its own his or her own career in corporate. So it's important learning opportunity we give to the students so that they can utilize this IP. And that's why it is important for all the academic institutions to give the IP education to all the students. And it is equally important to build the IP portfolio also. in managing the IP. So whatsoever the idea which is sparking into the student's mind, it's important to translate into the IP. And I here quote the statement given by former Director General Mashelkar ji. All the IP need to translate from mind to market, and that's what the strategy which is required to be nurtured. And finally, equally, it is important that the entire ideation process or prototyping process need to have a backbone support. There are various incubation center in India which is offering this kind of a startup and innovation backbone support to the students and the aspiring CEOs, entrepreneurs of the country. So it's important that you have a connectivity with them. You have established relationship with this incubation center, and encourage your students to participate into this kind of activities conducted by this incubation center. And finally, it's a call for the academic institution to think about the various technology platforms wherein their students can work on creating their own IP, build the innovation ecosystem, and partner with the government, corporate, and community players also. So it's a technology and IP innovation game. As soon as you are going to initiate the activity, you are going to be in a front runner position. So it's a high call for all of you to think on joining this entire innovation journey ASAP, and build your own RT portfolio. And Dr. Kalam used to say, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So through this initiative, the MHRD Innovation Cell, AICT Institutional Innovation Council is giving us an opportunity through Kalam program for IP literacy and awareness to build the IP innovation ecosystem in our academic institution. And that's the wise call which all of us need to take and need to ensure that we are utilizing this institutional framework in the advancement of our academic institutions. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Unnat Pandit ji. And see, this is something I believe all of us must learn, that the technology glitch happened and then Professor Unnat joined and shared his thoughts, completed the values.
Can you see me?
We can very much see you, sir.
Sorry, I'm outside my room and on a 4G network.
Okay.
And so we would really want to thank you from bottom of our heart to, complete the session and provide the insights to our listeners, whosoever are there who are joining. And thank you, sir. And offline, we will be connecting to get you on board for multiple things with us. Thank you once again for your time and providing insights to our listeners. Dr. Ellen would like to sum up and move on to our next session.
I feel very sorry that because of this technological glitch, I may not be in position to address any question.
Ji, sir.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Now we'll move on to our next session, IP clinic. We have with us the expert, Mr. Saroj Kumar ji. Saroj Kumar sir, welcome you for
yes, thank you. Good afternoon to all.
And IP clinic program. So, a brief about our expert of the day today, Sri Saroj Kumar ji. Sir, he serves as a Deputy Controller of Patent at Intellectual Property Rights Office, New Delhi. Sir has been associated with IP office for more than 18 years now. So we are going to have a rich experience expertise with us today, and we'll raise all the questions asked by the faculty members to sir. Sir is presently assigned in his responsibility for examination and grant of patent. So this is what he is looking, sir, and we are expecting from you for the questions raised by the participants to be answered. And also, he is looking into the matter of pre-grant and post-grant oppositions. He holds his bachelor degree in mechanical engineering and LLM in business law. With this brief introduction about our expert today, I request our Director Innovation Cell, Dr. Mohit Gambhir, to moderate this session. So, session is open to you now, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Allen, and I would like to extend my heartful welcome to Saroj Kumar ji. Saroj ji, आपका बहुत स्वागत. You are welcome on this platform, and I am sure we will be having a very intrigued session for another 25-30 minutes, though a short one, but it's always to hear from the degrees who are actually day in, day out involved into what our faculty members, students, or the researchers they are coming up with. And I would just like to tell the audience that please stay tuned, because today I'm sure you might be getting an insight that what an exam perspective is, and how your application once filed, the course, the paths it's being taken internally in the patent office. Sarojji, to begin with, there are a couple of questions, as Dr. Longevan mentioned. So what we did, we ran a form to our faculty members across the country and all our HEIs, and we received many questions from them. What we did at our end, we curated, we filtered them up and framed like 4, 5, 6 questions, which generally covers majority of the stuff. So beforehand, we shared your details about details with all the faculty members. So they were aware of that you are going to come, and we told them that this is the expertise and we would be interacting on this in this session. So sir, first question is, it's being asked by a professor friend of us. It says, is patentability search necessary while proceeding for drafting a patent application?
Yes, sir. This is a very good question, actually, which everyone should know. And this is a particular specific field that is I am dealing with at present academic researchers. And what is the common between researchers and IP field is the solving a technical problem, a technical solution of the problem. Researchers are doing a technical solution to a problem, and we are doing the same thing. We are granting the same thing. So the question is, patentability search necessary while proceeding for drafting a patent application, right? Of course, conducting a patent search will save your time, money, resources, investing unnecessary money into your invention by learning that it is already existing or not. Conducting a patent search ensures that no one else has your brilliant idea, your market disrupting idea. By thorough patent search, you will be able to verify the originality of your invention. So first, what you have to ask yourself a question: does my invention satisfy this test? The test of like section 21J of Patents Act, which speaks about invention. What is invention? If you see section 21J, it says about a new product or a new process. It says about a new product or a new process involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. And second one is section 21JA. It talks about inventive step. What is inventive step? According to Patent Act, is a feature of an invention that involves a technical advance as compared to the existing knowledge. What researchers are doing? They are systematically observing, they are systematically deriving what is given and finding out a new solution. If you are finding out new solution, you come for patenting. And one thing I would like to add here that is very important for researchers: you do publication, right? But if you do the publication along with IP, that will be a great boon for our industry as well. Patent gives you an authority to sell the product, whereas your research papers give the idea of work to others to do further research. A good patented product can be commercialized and gives value over and above a paper. A research paper is a discussion over your work done. However, patent is the first step towards commercialized production of work. So patent is very, very important here. And also I would like to answer your, I have not answered your full question. Besides 21JA, section 3 is very important. All inventions are not patentable. There are certain types of inventions which are not patentable. So please keep in mind this. This is very important point. If you go further, find that I have invented so and so gravity machine, perpetual motion machine. I will find that you file the patent by giving so much time, energy, and all the resources, and the patent of refused your application. What will happen? So you have to see the section 3. Section 3 elaborately explains about, it deals with subsection, subclause A to P, deals with certain like mathematical or business method is not patentable. A literary, dramatic, musical, artistic work not patentable. A presentation of information is not patentable. Like you made a PowerPoint presentation, if this is my unique presentation, sir, please patent it. So it is not patentable. Why? This may be your invention from your side, but as the law says, it is not patentable under section 3. You have to keep in mind section 4 also. Section 4 deals with inventions relating to atomic energy not patentable. So the matter coming under, specifically Atomic Energy Act 1962, section 21 deals with the patents which are not patentable. Also, you have to keep in mind section 35. So please recap the points. Section 21J, section 21JA, section 3, section 4, and section 35. All these sections are very important for all researchers. So please note it down. So I conclude my answer part for patentability. Patentability research is very important before proceeding for your filing of patent. Yes.
Right. So, but thank you so much, Sarojit. This is a real delight to hear, because many a times our faculty friends, they come in, the members, they ask the question. So I would also like to add here from my bit, with your due permission. Friends, it is very similar, like without actually doing proper and a thorough literature search, you start your PhD, and after 4, 5, 6 years, you come to know that something similar has already been submitted and it gets rejected on that behalf, and then you have to redo everything. So just imagine this is a similar stuff for our patent stuff. It's better to invest a little bit time beforehand, be very thorough beforehand, and then move in, and then rest. Because still after doing this thorough stuff, there is some kind of an information gap, which as a researcher, as even patent searcher, we people are not able to get, which Patent Office has the details of, and which in due course of our discussion, I'm sure we'll get that time frame details as well, that what it is. Sarojji, moving forward, again a question just popped in. Somebody is asking, what are the necessary steps that must be taken care of while drafting an application? So I'm sure that everyone out there, the researchers who write the papers as well. So again, I would like to add before hearing you. See, drafting an application, I believe, is a specialist job. Our faculty members, we should be aware of that, what it will look like, so that later on when techno-legal language or other stuff, it is not, when they look up, they may not enter into an argument that what it is, how it is. That's the stuff we should be very much aware of. And I'm sure now Sarojji will again, put in more light. I repeat down the question: what are the necessary steps that must be taken care of while drafting an application?
Yes, you have rightly quoted that this is a techno-legal things. Means that you have to very clever in drafting your claims part. And as far as my experience says, that patent is one of our the branch of all IPRs In the like way, the claims is the most important part of a patent drafting. What is the most important part is the claim drafting. And section 10 of the Patents Act. You have to note down section 10 while the word is care while drafting and patent application. Section 10 is important. Should be kept in mind while drafting the application. It deals with what should be the contents of a specification, your application. The most important thing in patent is claim drafting. The claims define the scope of protection provided by the legal boundary. Basically, it is a legal boundary. You have not to encroach. If you are physical property that this is my land, nobody can encroach in your land. In the like manner, legal boundary means nobody can infringe your patent. Nobody can steal your patent. So you have to understand the difference between three legal constructs related to patents. That is inventions. And second one is embodiments, and third one is claims. What is invention? Invention is basically a mental construct inside the mind of the inventor. आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है वो बताता है invention and has no physical substance. And what is embodiment? Embodiment of an invention is a physical form of the invention in the real world. That which we are seeing, like camera, like TV, like air condition, all you are seeing is physical embodiment. But the based patent claims will protect the invention itself, means broader things. What is invention? Is a mental construct, has no physical substance. So you have to protect that thing so that no physical embodiments of the invention can be made, used, or sold by anyone. The right of a patentee to be made, to be used, to be sold by anyone without infringing the claims. I would like to cite an example here. Suppose an inventor invents the first cup to have a handle. Understand? He makes a physical embodiment of his invention in the form of a red clay cup with a handle. What he has made? Red clay cup. This is what I had said you. I had said you invention, embodiments, and claim. I am giving what he claims, what the inventor claims is a physical embodiment of his invention in the form of red clay cup with a handle. He simply claims before the patent office, he comes and claims that physical embodiment of the red clay cup with a handle. But this would still allow others to make what? Non-infringing cups, such as plastic cups. A person will come with plastic cups, say, he will show the inventor this is your red clay cup, I have my plastic cup with handles. Then she should claim the invention of the cup with a handle. What the office will suggest, what the main drafter will suggest, he will have to claim a cup with a handle in his broadest claim, and subsequently claim the red clay cup as embodiments in the narrower claim. Right? Thank you.
So that is, I believe, again, for many people out there, the faculty members who have already filed in the applications, or the students, I'm sure the details Saroj is sharing is really mind-boggling, and majority of them, Saroj, I'm certain, I'm sure they would not, they even are not aware of. And hearing from you, it's really a delight for them. And next time, whenever they'll engage some consultant to get these kind of drafts done, they will be keeping these things in mind. And Saroj, as you mentioned that you are taking care of examination, you are primarily responsible for the examination process. It would be really great, and this is something which is again dear to many of our hearts. Would like to know that what is the exact process? Like once we file an application, then how that examination process happens? Like it's just like I've sent my baby to a school, and then till the time of the graduation, that what will happen, what all kind of phases and processes that particular baby will go. It will be really great if you can set some light on that, Saroj.
Yes. Yeah, simply just filing of patent is not enough to be entitled for grant of patent. Just like you have given example, just sending a baby to school. In the like manner, earlier there was substantive system of examination. There was no system of filing of request of examination. But nowadays, after the legislatures have changed the legislations, and from 2005, it has made default system of examination. Means you have to make an request for examination, and the form prescribed is Form 18 and 18A, different for different applicants. You will have to first file the form of examination. Then only your examination process will start. Otherwise, your application will not be examined, and the patent will be just abandoned or refused, whatever it is. So the first step is you have to file the request for examination within time limit. Please note down, within time limit. There is time limit of 48 months from date of filing of your application. So then you have to file the request of examination. Then our office will come into action. What will the first action of office? After receiving the request of the examination, the application is sent to examiner for examining the application. And what they will examine? Section 12, please note down, Section 12 deals with the examination of application. What he will check, he will check that the application file is application or a specification or any other document, like means formal requirements, are in accordance with the requirements of this act or not, or the rules made therein or not. Where there is any lawful ground means 21J, 21JA, Section 3, Section 4 and Section 35. Is there any lawful ground of objection to the grant of patent under this act in pursuance of this application or not? He will check. Examiner will check under Section 12. Under Section 12, he will give the result of investigation made under Section 13. What is Section 13? Section 13 deals with the search for anticipation by previous publication or by previous claim, by prior claim. Means the examiner will, through his database, will check whether a similar or same invention existing in the publication or not. For this, he has a database given by Government of India, and some other public data like SpaceNet and USPTO is there. He will search for prior publication, he will search for anticipation by, and he will make a report and he will make investigation and prepare a report and send it to controller for consideration. And what the controller will do? Controller will prepare a gist of objection and send to the applicant, send it to the researchers. These are the following objections under Section 12. What are the lawful grounds? Is there any deficiency in the documents like formal requirements? Is there any prior publication search? Will search for novelty, means there is citation, he will give you. Is search for inventive state under Section 21J, he will give citation. And after that, you will have been given time of 6 months to comply with the requirements. If you do not comply within 6 months, the application may be refused, or you will be given the hearing opportunity to comply with the requirements. Once you fulfill the requirements, the application will be granted. Once you comply the requirement, the application will be granted. And then comes to Section 43, that deals with grant of patents. That application has not been refused by the controller by the virtue of power vested in him. The application has not been found in contravention of any of the provisions, then the patent will be granted. And what after grant? After grant, that will be entered into the register of patent. It will be registered in the patent office, and the patent process is complete. Means from patent examination till that, one thing you have to keep in mind that before grant, you have to check the pre-grant opposition. One thing is pre-grant opposition. Once the patent application filed, the publication of application happens after 18 months. Means it is open to public. There are certain like title and your abstract of invention and like other things are published, which you can go through our website ipindia.nic.in. You will check. This is weekly publication. You can check. If there is some suspicion about that this invention is like my invention, my research, then you have the right to oppose that application. You are a person. You can oppose the invention that this is my invention, this is my research paper I have already done, and somebody else is doing is proceeding for patent. then you have the full right under section 25(1). The person, you can oppose the application. You can go to a patent office and say, sir, this is my application, this is my research paper, and he is going to grant his patent. He will commercially exploit my patent right. So you have the right here. The time limit after the publication, before the grant of patent, you can give pre-grant opposition to the patent office, right? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Saroji. And this is again an eye opener that it doesn't only involve, filing and then prosecution phase and granting. There are oppositions as well, which you just now mentioned. And I believe seldom people they are aware of what to do in the case. Like if I have published a paper and it is very much there, somebody else comes in and files for an IP or for a patent, then in that case, what I am supposed to do, you have really provided the detailed answer that in that case you need to approach the patent office and certainly inform that this is something, and but that can only be done in the form of certain kind of oppositions. Saroji, taking this forward, I would like to, mingle like two questions, one after the another, that what are like various kind of these oppositions, and then who can file these oppositions?
Yes, this is a very important question from the point of researcher as well as patent office as well. Because as far as opposition is concerned, there are various steps. If you go through the patents procedure, you will get first step is patent opposition, then revocation comes, then infringement comes, then the government has the power to revoke the patent. All will come. This is a very vast area actually. First, I would like to concentrate on the points. This is what the various types of oppositions. There are only two types of opposition here. Yes, during the procedure of grounds of patent. So the first thing is, as I mentioned earlier, there is a pre-grant opposition. Who are entitled to who are entitled for pre-grant opposition? There is defined in the Act the person. Person is defined in the Act 2S. The person is defined. If you go through 2S, it will say that person means person includes the government. Means this is a very broad thing the government has, the lawmaker has given. Includes the government. Means you are the researchers. You can of course oppose the patents. And how we can oppose the patent? There are certain rules. There are certain laws for pre-opposing the patent. After the publication, your right starts. Your right for opposing starts. Your right for opposition for pre-grant starts. That you can, by way of representation, anybody can file pre-grant opposition on the basis of some grounds. The grounds are given in, please note down, section 25(1). That I have already described my invention in some research paper. This is all suggested by evidence and proof. Sir, please do not grant his patent as this is already disclosed in some publication. And if you go through the complete specification, there are so many grounds that it does not sufficiently and clearly describe the invention. Has failed to disclose the controller information required under section 8, that you have not disclosed the invention, you have filed the application somewhere else, you have not disclosed in the complete specification does not disclose or wrongly mention the source or geographical origin of biological material. These are the grounds. There are several grounds. If you go through 25(1), you will see that there are a number of, from A to K, there are a number of grounds on which you can. The main thing for you is only publication, because you are working with publication. You are in research field. You have the full right to oppose. And please see, it is a very important part. 25(1). After 25(1), suppose you miss the train. Patent office grant the patent. You miss the train of pre-grant opposition. There is also, we are given a chance that post-grant opposition. When post-grant opposition starts, post-grant oppositions, once the patent is granted and entered into the register, the same is published into the official website, IP India journal. You go through the journal, ipindia.in. This is weekly publication. The patent which is granted is published on the official website. you go through the invention, see, this is my invention. This has been granted. What can I do? Yes, you have the right of 1 year from date of grant of patent. That you can oppose, you can give a request, but here representation will not work. Here there is a requirement of Form 7. And what is requirement other is not person. This will be a person interested. You in your same research, in the same field of invention. What section? Interested person is defined in section 2T, includes a person engaged in or in promoting research in the same field. The word here is research in the same field. For you especially, as that which the invention relates. Suppose I have granted a watch on which you are working. Patent office grants the patent on watch having some technical features which all are not there, but your research are on the same field and you are going in the same direction. You see that ultimately one day you check the website and you see my application has been already granted. Someone will, if you do not stop him through Form 13, he will infringe you. Even if this is your first invention, you are the researcher, you have invented the thing, but what the patentee will do, the patent right will, he will go to court and say that he is my infringer. उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे, उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे. He has infringed, he is infringing your thing, and he will say that, sir, this is not infringing my thing. Then there is remedy here. Where there is right, where there is remedy. If just UBI remedial law says that where there is right, there is remedy. You have the remedy of forced grant opposition. You file a Form 7. Sir, this is the ground. He is stealing my patent. This is my research program already published in this journal, and you have granted the patent. Patent office will look into the matter under the law. There are certain rules, and this the board of opposition is made. Board of opposition will make a report and present the report to the controller. The controller will see the report and will call both the parties, the patentee and the opposition party, the interested party, and a hearing will be conducted, and the controller will hear the matter and will decide the matter. What the original, who is the thief, and accordingly decide the matter whether to revoke the patent or to continue the patent or to amend the patent under section 25(4). And the post grant opposition, please also note that post grant opposition comes under 25(2). You have to see the grounds under section 25(2). Okay, sir.
So the remedies, again, there are plenty of them. Friends, in case you feel like that somebody else has stolen your IP, somebody has taken the benefit out of your research and has moved on to, though because we follow the first to file system, but again, like whenever you come up, you have the option of pre-grant then post-grant, but with certain limits, with some certain forms and under the rules and ambits of patent office. But rest assured, if it is your research, nobody is going to claim that. You have to be really active. And Sarojji has provided, once again, as in, I believe, this question and every response comes in. It's a delightful stuff we are hearing from him. Sarojji, considering the essence of time, I believe I would be asking the very last question. And again, we have received this question from many participants. That once a patent is granted, or patent office has said that okay, it is granted, you pay the fee which is required, and if applicants fail to pay that fee in the particular time frame, then what would happen? Or there is some remedy to actually come by that or avoid that?
Yes, the common problem inventor and many researchers, and the office is also facing resolving the issue like this. Once the notice of allowance has been issued and the patent is granted, and the applicants fail to pay the fee, what would be the impact? Basically, you can say if the patent ceases to exist, actually. Once you fail to pay the renewal fee, you pay the fee for which the patent office has granted you the patent, There is time limit actually. Once the patent is granted and enter into the register, time frame of given is this. Within 3 months, you have to pay the fee. Another 6 months with petition is allowed. And if you do not pay the patent will be lapsed, ceases to exist. Then what will happen? The the patent will come into public domain. Means your hard work is going to waste here. So the main important thing that you pay your renewal fee, you pay your patent fee on time, otherwise you will cease to exist. In extraordinary case, there is a provision in law that if you by filing form 15, please remember form 15, that within 18 months from the date of patent on which it is lapsed, you can file form 15. But in extraordinary case, please note out extraordinary. In every case, it is not possible for you to file 15 and give the excuse, sorry sir, I have not filed a bill. Please take my fee, issue my this renewal fee. The patent will continue. So it should provide substantial evidence to the patent office to prove the reason for non-payment, that it was unintentional, and it solely depends on the controller's decision. He will check into the evidence and then he will allow form 15 or not. The discretion of controller for allowing, sir. So it is recommendable here that you pay your renewal fee because it is a very valuable things. So you pay your renewal fee on time, otherwise your patent will be lapsed.
Wow. So it's just like very similar stuff. I would like to relate and take the clue from Sarojji over here that, friends, if we are putting up in even in the owned apartment or in the rented apartment, that every time we have to pay the rent or the maintenance fee, if you per se say for the society we are living in, and on the contrary, if we are living in the independent bungalows, but still we have to pay the government taxes, and if we don't pay, then there we have the fine, but here we don't have anything. So you can understand the crucial nature of the IP, the importance of IP, बौद्धिक संपदा कितनी ज्यादा हमारे लिए महत्व रखती है, how important it is for everyone to not only protect, then to maintain and get it renewed, and also follow the rules, the diligences which we are bringing in during the course of this week, that is the IP week. We are celebrating, remembering our ex-president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Bharat Ratna, and I would like to again extend my heartfelt thanks to Sarojji, the whole team from Patent Office, who is joining us day after another, Meena ji, Joint Controller from Delhi, and OP Gupta ji, who has extended the support of whole unit for us, for our academic institutions to take the knowledge, the information, and generate more IP, thereby making our nation much more stronger. Sarojji, from our end, it's thanks to you, and I would like to hand over to Dr. Elongevan to formally close the. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohit sir, for moderating this session. Thank you, Saroj sir, for extending your time and listening to the faculties. So this is a huge resource, which I can say, which we are all, our faculty members are looking for, and their doubts have been clarified. I'm sure that they would be happy with that. Still, any more questions are there? We have many more questions. Faculty said they'll be rising to us. We require, Saroj sir, we require your continuous support. We'll come back to you with those questions, and we'll be disturbing you. Sorry for that, because that
no problem, sir. Always welcome, sir. Always welcome, sir.
Because that would be a great helpful for our faculty members, because the primary focus of this KAPILA program is to make sure that the number of patents in the country has been increased. So that is only with your support and guidance we will be able to do that, sir. So we'll come back to you with the number of questions. Thank you, sir. Thanks for.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I can inform Dr. Nilanjana ma'am that tomorrow she is also she's a part of this IP clinic team. I'll speak, me and Dr. Mohit speak to her in the afternoon session. Thank you once again, sir. Thanks for joining for this session. Thank you. Thank you. So thanks for all the faculty members and students who have been part of this particular program. as a part of our calendar. So today at central level, we have organized this program. At institute level, I request you to organize the music club and bands to create a song on innovation, IP, and entrepreneurship. I'm sure you all have the calendar of activity. If not, please, it's available on our portal, and it's already circulated to you. I request you all to conduct this particular event by recording some songs, the best songs you can upload on our portal, and you can win the prizes for it. Also, for tomorrow will be our 6th day of our IP Literacy Week program. So tomorrow we'll have Dr. Chetal Chopra, India lead for IP advocacy from Ericsson India, will be addressing on prior art search and patent drafting, a key insight. So she will share with us the rich experience. I'm sure it would be very much useful for someone who's been looking for the basics of how to do a search and how to file a patent. Those things she will be clarifying with us tomorrow. And also we will have our Dr. Nilanjan Mukherjee, Deputy Controller of Patent Office, with us as a part of our IP clinic, and Dr. Mohit Gambhir, Director Innovation Cell, will moderate the session again for tomorrow's session. And tomorrow's afternoon session, so we request our faculties and students to organize the display of banners about IP on the social media and create awareness about this IP and innovation campaign. So that's the activity for tomorrow. So this is what today from centrally organized MIC part. So I request all institute to host at the institute level and make sure that the more awareness being given to your faculties and students. Please write to us at kapila@aict-india.org if you have any queries. We'll revert back to you as early as possible. Thanks for all the faculty, students, and the expert who have been joined for this session. I'm sure that you'd have been grabbed some knowledge and IP from this session. Thank you all. Looking forward once again to meet you tomorrow on 6th day of our IP week section. Thank you all. Winding up from here, Dr. Ilangavan, Assistant Innovation Director from MHRD Innovation Cell, IIC. Thank you all. Thank you.